I just want to give my pretty fine analysis regarding the fights that are going to happen tomorrow night at the Barclays. The first fight I'm going to talk about is the one between Showtime Shawn Porter and Adrian Granados. When it comes to Granados, he's a pretty tough and competitive guy. He gave perennial contender Emiri Imam his first and only loss in the 140-pound division. He had a pretty good fight, or a pretty good showing against Adrian Broner. A lot of spectators and even some, ringside professionals thought that Granados was enough to win, mainly because Broner, who has a tendency to not let his hands go, basically didn't do enough in the eyes of many people to make any separation between him and Granados when it came to their talent. Of course, Shawn Porter, as most people know and understand, he's probably a top 5 welterweight in the division currently. He's had, epic battles between him and Paulie Malignaggi, Andre Berto, and the standout fight was against Keith Thurman, where a lot of people thought he did enough to win, although he did lose the unanimous decision. It's a good style matchup. It's not a fight that I was predicting would be made, but I know there was a lot of talk between Shawn Porter's camp and Danny Garcia's camp to make that fight happen, but for whatever reason it didn't go as planned. Of course, if you listen to the Porters, they tell you that Danny Garcia and his camp didn't really want any part of him, so I kind of lean towards that, because a lot of things that Adrian Garcia has said in the past believe that he would rather his son, fight bigger money fights than high-risk fights. Unless those high-risk fights came with big money, they rather take an easier route to riches. So I get it, but at the end of the day, as a fight fan, I don't care what they earn. I just want to see big matchups and good fights. Again, the fight between Granados and Shawn Porter is a good style matchup. They're both pressure fighters, both have good chins. When it comes to stamina, they're both pretty good in that department, and their endurance never really seems to wane or slow down in any of the fights that I've seen them in. So it should be a good matchup, as I stated before, but I'm going to give the edge to Shawn Porter, mainly because of the experience. He's had tougher competition. He only has 2 losses. Of course, those are against the 2 top names in the welterweight division. I do believe Granados is going to show a good account for himself, but at the end of the day, I'm going to give the nod to Shawn Porter. He should win a unanimous decision. He should take it by at least, I'd say, 3 to 4 rounds. At least 3 to 4 rounds, but I wouldn't be surprised if he wins every round just based on his work rate, the pressure and the strength that he brings to every single fight. After Shawn Porter wins, I'm pretty sure he's probably going to push hard to get a rematch with Keith Thurman, or he may still pursue the Danny Garcia fight. I guess it all depends on which one of those 2 decide to step up to the plate and give Shawn Porter another shot. Danny Garcia, I would rather see that fight happen, mainly because they haven't fought before, and they're both top 5. I believe top 5 welterweights, or top 6 welterweights in the division. So that'll just be a good matchup, just to see how Danny Garcia bounces back after his first professional loss, which was to Keith Thurman. Now to the main event, Deontay Wilder versus Bermaine Stiverne. It's a rematch of their fight that took place a few years ago, where Deontay Wilder won the unanimous decision and did claim the WBC title away from Bermaine Stiverne. Of course, the pluses when it comes to Bermaine Stiverne, what he kind of holds himself in high regards, is that he is the only fighter to face Deontay Wilder and make it all 12 rounds. So I guess you could say it's a good accomplishment, not getting knocked out, but I believe he lost every single round in that fight. He was hurt multiple times. He did in fact go down, in my opinion, but as he was going down, he tackled Deontay Wilder, so the ref didn't count it as a knockdown. He kind of called it, I guess, a slip on both ends. I don't know, I'm not sure what the ref decided when it came to that particular incident. Bermaine Stiverne, since he lost to Deontay Wilder, I think he only had 1 fight, and he hasn't fought in almost 2 years. So this fight will be his first fight back in terms of a high-level competitor. Deontay Wilder, he's been pretty active ever since winning the WBC title. His last fight was against Joe Washington, where he won by TKO, and before that, I believe he fought Chris Arreola, and in that fight, I believe he came in with an injury beforehand, and I believe he broke his hand and tore his bicep in that fight as well. So he was out for an extended period of time, but he did get that one fight he needed to get to kind of knock the rust off, so he should be good to go for this fight. Again, when it comes to the heavyweight division, anything can happen. So one punch can change a fight, no matter how many rounds you have in the bag. But I believe Deontay Wilder, since he's already faced Bermaine Stiverne, he kind of knows what to expect. So he should win this fight a little easier this time. I'm predicting he should get a victory, I'd say, by knockout in the 10th round. Bermaine Stiverne, again, he hasn't fought in almost 2 years, so we don't know what to expect from him when it comes to his cardio, just his overall level of fitness. I know with the first fight, he did in fact make a lot of excuses about being dehydrated, and a lot of times when fighters make excuses after they lose, if they do in this case get a rematch, you want to see if they do anything different or if the outcome's going to be different, but I don't believe it will. I think Deontay again will win this fight by 10th round knockout. More than likely a TKO, because Bermaine Stiverne is pretty tough. The ref may have to step in and put him out of his misery and end the fight in, like I said, that 10th round. Again, it should be a pretty good fight taking place in New York in the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. I will definitely be watching. More than likely a post-fight video. But let me know what you guys think. Please like, favorite, share, and subscribe to this video. This is D with the Steady Income Fighting Channel. You guys have a great fight weekend.